Welcome back to the Elite Series League of Legends Division 2 here in the English stream. With me, Fresh Tanner, and on my side is the harmless Scarecrow. Welcome back, dude.
Yes, we had a great last game. Like, in my opinion, even better than the first game. Like, it was so evenly matched. Like, very excited for the two games that will come after that. Now we're having Rift Sloths versus Adverse.
Yes.
Also super excited. I personally know Rift Sloths quite a bit. I played against them in last split in the Lux Tour. Such a great team. They did some roster changes. Tim Shady isn't he substitute right now?
Could be, yes.
I think he's
Yeah.
substitute. Yeah, but it's such a great team. Like, but I think we're gonna have another banger.
Yeah, definitely. And just for the standing wise, we have like Rift slots at the moment. Won the two last games, and Adverse sadly lost the two last games. But like we saw in the first match of the day, that even a team with two uh, with two defeats can definitely win against a team like the Reapers. So, I mean, they didn't in the end, but it was
It
really
was very
close.
close,
So
very close.
maybe Adverse uh, gets the rabbit out of the hat and now smashes just the team from the Rift slots. Who knows? But now we are in Gem Select and we have just some more or less target bans, you could say. But there's at least the Maokai, so at least the one really strong ban for the meta right now. Varus as well is kind of a meta ban. And maybe even a Ryze gets banned, maybe Nami, maybe the Caitlyn. Those are at least some of those really strong picks right now.
Yeah, that's the Karma ban. Yeah, also we've seen Karma now twice. It's such a great pick to have, such a good flex pick, top mid support, just an insane champion to have on your team, such utility. Oh, now we're gonna see what Rift Sloths will pick first. Oh,
Yeah.
the Caitlyn. We might see Caitlyn Lux, Caitlyn Morgana. But we're gonna see.
Yeah. No, you could answer maybe with the bot lane as well, maybe with Lucian Nami or something, but they at least secure Wukong. So the jungle already been locked, and you could answer at least with an ADC just to don't show too much. And I mean, or even answer just with the Nami, not that they pick it away, because otherwise, if you pick Lucian right now, then of course they could play Nami with Caitlyn. But no, it's an Ashe, and
It's
Ashe
Ash.
usually is this flex pick for both lanes, for AS, for ADC and for support, and opens with a really good engage against like the Caitlyn. You saw it last game where when the siege was happening and the tier 2 mid lane turret, one big Ash arrow just getting Caitlyn caught out. So definitely a good matchup, and like Caitlyn having like this, I think 600, 500, 650 range, and Ash having like 600 range. So the lane is at least even in terms of range. You can always poke back with the volleys against the Qs from Caitlyn. So that's a good lane in any case. And now we have a really basic combo there with Sejuani Jax, just a good AD champion, a good melee champion with Sejuani, a champion who makes tons of auto attacks just to get those procs for the Sejuani passive. So it's a really good 2v2. And there comes Olaf for
Olaf.
flex on the top lane, probably.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Olaf top lane. Such a great pick. Like, I think Olaf right now is so strong, so dominant on top lane. Against Jax, I'm not pretty sure how that matchup works, but just in general, it's such a good champion. You just pop your R, you just run in, you hit, you're uncc'able, you just continuously hit Sejuani, you're just not going to be CC'd. It's a great It's a great champion for what they're going for right now. I think so. With the Wukong ulti, very disruptive. There's the Lux ban for the Caitlyn Lux, and the Kassadin right now, such a good champion, so strong with the Rod of Ages, Service Embrace builds. They left Royce open. Maybe Riftsons might ban it, because it's also right now one of the most dominant mid laners right now. And he's also has been banned twice already, just because he's so valuable to have on your team with the rotation, with your ulti, the great wave clears, great scaling. Only problem is he's quite short ranged, but so much damage.
Yeah.
And there's also a Lissandra ban. Could be a target ban, or could just be comfort.
Yeah. And the question becomes, do you want to blind pick the mid lane? And the answer is yes. So they kind of keep up this flex pick with Ashe. So the decision was, do we show that Ashe is support ADC, or do we just blind pick Azir, for example, and that's the Azir. And now you probably get a good matchup for SLOTHS mid laner, just because he sees this matchup already. And then the question is, what do he want to play? It's the Yone, so it's a kinda assassin against Azir, so definitely good pickup there, and even a good matchup into the Ashe, because you can just always just jump on her, run her down if she is the ADC. So kind of a great pickup for Bank. And no, I mean, the question is what support will be there, and it's Senna. I mean, a lot of strong supports are being banned out with Heimerdinger, Karma, and Lux, so, and even Nautilus and Cillian, so lots of support bans. So Senna gets right into it, and I mean, she even got buffed a little bit by the changes of Infinity Edge. So there are a lot of Sennas right now who rush it, just because with 20 souls or something, you already have enough crit to get like the Infinity Edge buff. So that's why Senna kind of got back into it with the last patch, and there's Braum as a last pick here from Adverse. So it's the ADC Ashe for this game.
That's a very tough bot lane. Ashe Braum is very, very strong together. Like, was a huge blind pick from Adverse. Like, Riftsot might have thought, okay, they go more for the support Ashe angle, but it's ADC Ashe. Haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. It kind of works against all those melee champions who want to reach you with the Jax, with the Sejuani, with the Yone, just always having been able to like knock up them with the ultimate, having the stun for your Olaf, for your Wukong. So you have plenty of champion who can proc Braum passive. So that's definitely something. And then of course Ashe Braum just having so much engage, Ashe hitting the arrow, and then Braum being able to instantly knock up, and after that you have the stun from Braum. So that could be some there could be the chance to kill maybe the bot lane of Rift Slots. We will see how Kinetic will play out this 2v2, of course. And then I'm really excited about the top lane matchup, because, like you said, Olaf really, really dominant. I think the Reaper's top laner Wind plays a lot of Olaf as well. So I'm really excited to see an Olaf game in this series. And like it's kind of like both champions really want to fight each other. Like with the Counter Strike, you don't being hurt by the auto attacks by Olaf, of course, but then on the other side, you can't CC the Olaf. So after the Counter Strike, Olaf will still run you down. So it's kind of a little bit skill based on the top lane, and that's why both even play Ghost instead of Flash, just because they know I need to keep up auto attacking the enemy and I need to keep up chasing him. So both just play with the Ghost. I quite really like it. And then of course both ADCs play with cleanse because of Sejuani's and Ashe ultimates. you really need to be uncc'd to fight those team fights. So both ADCs just go for a really defensive summoner on their side.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I don't know if I asked you the question already, but who do you think won the draft?
Mm. It's actually a very tough one, but I think Adverse has a little bit more of a wombo combo with the Braum Asie Wukong ulti.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Adverse has a little bit stronger draft. Also, Asie will just probably poke Yon a lot in lane, which makes it very tough for him to engage onto him. He will shuffle lane very quickly, so he can't really roam. He really has to find those roam timers. He has DP and not ignite, so even if he has a good angle, he
Ooh.
will have already
Kinetic
a little
might get
trade.
stunned. There's the cleanse, there's the ignite, so Kinetic
And
just gets run down, and that's the really strong Braum level 1. Just having a stun is so OP in the 1v2. And Kinetic just got outplayed there because he cleansed the stun, and after that there came down the ignite, so really well played by the Braum player.
yeah, that's what I also said. Like, there's so much slows on that bot lane. Ashe, Braum. Like, if Braum just hits auto attack or Q onto Caitlyn or Senna, they just perma slowed and stun will be active so much easier. Oh, we have a little trading on top lane. Nothing too special.
And
I think Adverse has a little bit of a better draft.
yeah, and I think it's a little bit funny because I kind of predicted kills in the bot lane, but I predicted them with the level 6 just being that strong. But right now we have a stun onto Olaf, but there comes Sejuani, and so maybe they can just kill him. And oh my god, he gets the reverse kill on the top lane. I think they tried to give the kill to Jax, but then just all the burst coming out from Olaf. So he trades 1-for-1. What a lucky punch there from him. So
Yeah.
he is not behind in this matchup. He just trades even with a gank, and that's pretty huge.
Yeah, that's really good for Olaf. He's gonna have more damage now in lane. That means his lane is gonna be a little bit easier for now. But yeah, very well played from Olaf to get the 1-for-1 even with the gank. And we see Wukong lurking in the bushes, hoping that Yon engages with his knock-up Q. Oh, we have the top lane gank again. Sejuani onto Olaf. The stun. Just a big chunk of HP. Oh,
But nothing happens. I mean, both just proc the ghost, and then it's not that much damage right now. You can't really stun, and then it just runs out. And meanwhile, mid lane just traded even, but Asia survives at the moment. But I think in the later stages, especially with level 6 and maybe Yone having the first item, then Asia really needs to be a little bit more careful in this matchup, just because he can being run down by the Yone later. But it was nice to see that Sejuani tries to repeat gank the lane. She just gets nothing out of it. And there comes the Asia. They are all level 5 or lower, so no ultimates for this tower dive, but they nonetheless try to dive it. But there comes the teleport, so Braum just jumps out, and in the end, nobody maybe dies. They just trade a roaming timer by and the teleport from the Yone.
yeah. It's a very good answer from Yon. If he didn't TP, they might have just forced a dive, might kill Senna without flash. It was very good TP from Yon.
Yeah.
And there's the Wukong is also still lurking on bot lane. Sejuani doing a Crux. Oh, good trade.
Oh, there's Wukong trying to go onto the support center, and support center probably dies to Wukong in a 1v3, And now they try to tower dive it. Meanwhile, Ashe was really low. And Sejuani flashes out, so she survives. Braum flashes behind her. If he... Oh,
Oh,
the
the
double flash!
flash!
Oh no! Both ADCs loses the flash from it, and they don't get anything else. And because Azir isn't around, maybe Sejuani is able to get out, or maybe to just trade 1-for-1. Yone with level 7 tries to kill someone here, and he maybe gets the kill. It's so close, but he sees that Wukong still is slow as well, so he even gets the double kill and maybe gets the kill to Ashe if he sees her. He can maybe get to it. Ah, it's so close.
So
But
close,
in the end,
so close.
it's just the 1-for-2 for the Yone, but that's scary. I mean, he has 3 kills right now.
Yeah,
That could be big.
yeah, he actually solo killed Azir during the dive on bot lane.
Yeah.
It's just those young players today. Just so much damage and so much pressure on them. Very well played by the Rift Sloths, but also good answer from Adverse.
And it was really sad to see both ADCs just flashing for something and then surviving.
Yeah.
And now with the flash being down, there could be even plays happening there, because Ashe gets 6 soon and Braum gets 6 soon. So maybe we see some play onto Kinetic. I mean, he has his cleanse, so he can maybe survive the Asher, but still, something could happen there in a couple of minutes, and should happen there in a couple of minutes, because Drake is still alive, so both teams maybe even try to go for a sneaky Drake play after they gank bot lane, for example. And then, of course, Herald is spawning in 10 seconds, so maybe we see just a cross-map play from both junglers, just getting one for the other.
Yeah, we already see. Oh, they have a little engage from Yon. Didn't connect his Q. Braum might be caught here.
Yeah, he gets stunned, he gets locked down, and in the end, with the stopwatch, maybe he can jump to them, and he gets saved. Really good shuffle there, but in the end, it's Yone, and he is really mobile, so they can get him in the end, and even Azir dies. Meanwhile, Senna gets this kill, and Wukong is in trouble as well. He hasn't enough damage to kill Senna, and now with Kinetic arriving to the party, they can get this kill as well. So 4 kills, I guess, or yeah, 4 kills, because Braum, no, maybe no, Braum couldn't save himself in the end, because Yone jumped on him. So 4 kills for 1. What a play there.
Yeah, very well played. Rift Sloths.
What a fist fight, eh?
Yeah, it's just slaughter again. Like, it's just so enjoyable to watch. But also 2 kills on a Senna, which scales so well. Yeah, that's gonna be tough if the game gets longer and longer.
And with this new item build, with an Infinity Edge first, you really need some kills in the early game, just because it's such an really expensive item for the support. So having 2 kills to buy BF, for example, really helps to get this item as early as possible, and then the Senna will really be strong in those team fights when she is able to auto attack. And Azir really has some trouble in the mid lane, and yeah, that's the reason you shouldn't really maybe pick this Azir blind. And maybe the Braum's last pick wasn't the way, but it's still early to Azir to scale. And I mean, he isn't behind in farm, and at worst even gets this Drake now. Meanwhile, Rift Slots at least trade back with the Herald. But getting a Drake in the early game while you are behind is really good, because you deny the enemy team, of course, the soul a little bit longer. So you scale a little bit more into the game.
No, if you just make the laning. Oh, Yon with a good shovel. That's gonna be a big chunk from the turret. But Sejuani looking for the dive. That's
a good gank.
Yeah,
she just got this lonely little Azir. Meanwhile, top lane being run down by the Olaf, and Olaf really gets the work done. Meanwhile, bot lane being dove, and Senna can't really survive against Wukong, against Ashe, against Braum. Braum doesn't want
The
to take the kill,
cover
but in the end,
there.
Senna maybe survives because he doesn't take the kill. Meanwhile, you get one kill for the Yone, and Wukong can't get out there, so Sejuani gets one in there. Those fights really are close.
Yeah, like Adverse had a very good dive, like very good dive, but Rift like, responded so quickly and so well onto their mistake. Also, Olaf just showed, I'm 6 now, I'm just gonna run you down. I don't care about your counter strike. I'm just gonna wait until it's over and just start running you down. And it's just Olaf things. It's so crazy how strong Olaf became after this mini rework. It's so impressive to see. Yeah.
He's really, really strong. And I think he can probably do that every single time now. I mean, as long as Jax doesn't has enough damage to like burst Olaf down while he is ulting him. So if he can't burst or can't auto attack him down, then he will just being run down. So it's really like a DPS check for both sides because they will just both auto attack themselves to the end. And the problem with that is that Olaf, of course, has his has all the lifesteal, so he will probably always win those 1v1s. But there's the Azure, but it isn't enough because Braum didn't want to ult as well, so you don't have the follow-up you need. But there comes Wukong maybe into the mid lane. Maybe we have some shuffling going on, but no, you can't really go on him, and in the end, no kill gets traded.
Oh, we have Yon just found the Wukong.
And he tries to go for it, Wukong, with the knock-ups, and he is strong enough. And meanwhile, Ozzy gets kills there. Wonderful played double kill for the Yone.
Yeah, that's an 8-1 Yon with shield bow already.
Oh, flash forward to kill Kinetic, but they don't have the damage. And now it's Senna's time to bounce back with the slows, with the auto attacks, maybe with the star root. She can go for something else in the hole, and in the end, it isn't enough. But there comes Yone! And it's the blue side Yone with the tower dives again. Wonderful played by Rift Slots.
Yeah, the Yon just rotates so well and so quickly. Just playing really, really well right now. Wow.
Yeah, and it's the second time that the blue side Yone just crushes a bot lane.
Yeah, it's like we have seen that already.
Yeah, it's a deja vu. Deja vu. I'm not a Frenchman, so I can't pronounce such a word. but there was Yone and back at the turret, and now Sejuani May gets engaged, but no more engaging, and the game is back to normal.
By the way, is it Mountain Drake that spawns again?
Yeah.
Or is
no, it should be. Oh yeah, sure.
They already had a Mountain Drake.
Yeah, it's like a good old spectate bug from Riot. There's a Shurima shuffle, but there's Sejuani again. Hey.
Like that Azir does not have a fun laning phase with that Sejuani just hovering that Yon so much.
It kind of reminds me of the Groundhog Day, right? Just every single time Sejuani is there to kill the Azir after he shuffles Yone under the turret, and in the end, he can't really do something there. Drake spawns and it's Hextech Drake actually. You could see it on the wall. Yeah. So a little bit more attack speed, a little bit more fancy ability haste. So with that, it's the first Drake for the Rift Slots.
Followed by Ocean Soul.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a very valuable soul for Rift Slots with their Sejuani, Jax, and Yon. It's just so much health regen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Wukong and Olaf would really like the soul as well. So, and both teams right now just have one Drake. So everything still is open, but the game looks pretty good for the slots, sitting at a 3K lead. So, and especially, I mean, I mentioned the 3K lead, but I mean, just look at Yone. I mean, it's he will crush this game. I mean, he sits at 1-9 and just I mean, look at the damage, and he just
and
runs it
execute.
down with auto attacks.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need ultimate, and he is godlike. I mean, what a play there from the Yone, and yeah, that's just not the best matchup for the Asia.
Now Riftsoft might play for the Heralds. It's 3 mid lane dead, and they might have spotted Wukong on the river now, almost. They're just playing very well right now. They're just bot lane having a little bit of troubles in lane. But Senna actually went for the Storm Razor and not the Infinity Edge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe my informations about rushing Infinity Edge are for the next patch. I don't know, but I think the IE should
No, I
have.
think it should have been already, like, the
Yeah.
strat should have already been out. But
So maybe it's just better, or maybe they just want to have this extra slow to run down. I don't know. But no, Olaf might get run down. He still has something, but on the bot lane, that's Caitlyn.
Kinetic.
So Kinetic really getting caught a third time and can't really do much against so much CC.
Asia.
Yeah, both mid laner are in the bot lane, and now the tower might get destroyed by Adverse. So they're still trying, they're still doing their best to win at least the bot side, while mid lane sadly is falling in parts. But there's Asia to maybe save the day against Yone, and that would be a big shutdown, but they can't really go for it. Yeah. Seju going in, and now they get a really good Shurima shuffle, but in the end, they knocked him into the backline. So Sejuani got 2 kills right now. The owner even got him in the meantime. There comes the teleport, and Olaf is against 3 people right now. He tries to get Senna. He gets Senna. No, he has so much lifesteal. He can maybe even go for more, but there comes the ace now, and he still gets it. Olaf has so much lifesteal and just gets out. What a play there from Olaf.
That was just insane how much sustain the Olaf has with just this Hydra and his passive. Just so impressive. But yeah. It would be interesting to see who killed Yone with that shutdown. I think it went onto Braum, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no.
Yeah, which would be very unfortunate.
Yeah, but could be. Maybe a Ignite kill or something, or who knows?
Yeah, I think the tower executed him.
Yeah, so that would be unlucky, like 1,000 gold for the prom. But I mean, they still have chances at worst. I mean, they have this Olaf who is now really big, and he will always win side. And I mean, he will always win like those skirmishes if everybody don't have ultimates anymore. So he can just run them down, and that could be a huge problem. At least they have some anti-heal right now, and now Olaf might get caught, and against Yone it's too hard to win against those two, but he survives.
Just tanking it like a man and running. And Herald has been dropped. Top tower will fall. Probably. Oh, okay, they're not going for the next wave.
But they go for Baron.
But that Olaf is very dangerous for Rift Sloths. Because also the Yone cannot ult him. He will just walk through the ulti and just start slapping Caitlyn and Senna.
Oh, Azure can't connect, and now Wukong needs to steal it. Wukong can't steal it, so Sejuani at least secures it for the Rift Slots. Meanwhile, Jax is in the backline, but just jumps out of it, and it's just 1 kill and 1 Baron for Rift Slots. With 6k gold and Dragon up, they can just rotate to the bot lane and do their thing.
Yeah. Very, very nice Baron timer for Riftsloths.
Ooh,
And the
Olaf against 2, Olaf against... But they are too strong for him. Yeah.
And a little shutdown for Jax, put him back in the game. Jax, who has been struggling a bit in lane against that massive pick of Olaf. And we have a little catch onto Brom, the Yon TP from behind.
Yeah, they tried to connect something. Good Shurima shuffle
missed
there,
it.
but in the end, Yona was in the backline, not getting anything. He is really low. So maybe there's something with the Wukong, but no, they can't. And now the dragon is up, so they just try to go for it with the Jax being on the sideline for some pressure with the Baron buff. And that should be the dragon and maybe even the tier 2 mid lane turret.
Just so much value from their Baron. Just a good timing to have Baron. Drake's up. They're very strong right now. Even 4v5, Jax can just side lane, get the pressure, forcing the Olaf to respawn to top lane. Like, they're just playing the timer good right now. Adverse still have that very, very scary Olaf. Because as we saw, the Yon, he might deal a lot of damage. He's still very, very squishy, even with shield bow. If he overextends, it just pops like a balloon.
And what I really like about the team comp of Adverse, like Olaf shreds armor with the Qs and Wukong shreds armor with the Qs. So if they work together, especially with the Ashe, if she gets like a full rotation with the auto attacks with the Q, then you can really just burst people down because they lose so much armor and you have so much damage from those bruisers and from your ADC. So yes, still a chance, especially to like one-shot Yone while he jumps at you with his E or with the E. If you can CC him in time and then just break his armor and maybe one-shot him, then there's still hope. I think they really should try to like catch Yone or Sichani just for the shutdown to maybe get a little bit gold back, but because right now it's 9k in the lead, and now Yone tries to find the next kill. There's Sichani, and with that they should get the Asia, but he goes for the shuffle, he goes for the damage, but in the end it's just too much, and good sidestep there in the end.
It's just not enough. That Sejuani and Yon just play so well together. They always got each other's back. Like, the Yon wanna dive, Sejuani's there, even if Asia shoves him into the turrets. They're just playing so well right now.
Yeah.
You see Olaf resetting on top lane, forced defend inhib or tier 2 bot lane tower.
What I kinda really like to see is like those two, Senna and Caitlyn, kinda have good card. They caught out Braum. They caught out maybe even more, but there's damage missing. They can't really get over the wall, so they need to flash out. Now Olaf is on the hunt, but he needs to get out. Can walk through traps, but there was the ace no in the end. It's too much damage from the Yone, and they can't really fight back. What a fight there. Double stump from Jax, and with that, 2 more kills going to the top laner of Riftsloths. And what a good fight there from the blue team.
It was just missing a little bit of that damage. You just see the lacking of damage. Asia went for the crown to just be a little bit more tankier, but couldn't go for the Luden, else it would just die on cooldown. So you just see a little bit of that damage missing. They're still holding. They're still holding back. They're still trying to just get those catches, just those shutdowns, because almost every member of Riftsloths has a shutdown. So if one fight they just screw up, they just do a little misplay, they are generating a lot of extra gold on those shutdowns.
But just look at it. I mean, it's 14-2. Yes, his death stance already.
Yeah.
Oh man, this Yone. He will crush dreams. And that's not even hard for him. Just ulting in and probably one-shotting everybody in the process. But Sejuani, no face checks, but can't get slowed. So nothing happened there. And Baron will spawn in 20 seconds. So there might be a fight before the Baron. They try to go to Olaf, so he needs to ultimate. Maybe go Shurima Shovel, but he can't really connect someone. There's the triple stun from Jax. And in the end, triple knockup from the Yone. There's tons of damage. But Yone almost dead, but there procs the shield bow, so he will survive. 4 kills already being taken down. And now just the Ashe getting out. Ace in the hole, not enough.
Oh.
So in the end, Rift Slots with a winning team fight, and Ashe can't really protect the base. So Rift Slots will take down Adverse and will move on with 3 victories in a row onto first place with the Reapers.
That was a huge performance from Rift. Like that Yone Sejuani synergy, just wow. GG. But also GG for Adverse. They really tried to come back from their very, very rough early game. Olaf just couldn't carry.
Yeah. I mean, you are a top laner as well. That's sometimes how it goes, right? Like top lane is just an island and you do your best, but it's not enough sometimes.
It's win lane, lose game.
Yes. Exactly what I feel sometimes in solo queue. Yeah, but anyway, it was really well played by Rustlats. So I don't know if the graphic is ready to show. I need to say Rift 1. Nope. Okay, so they will just move on to be on the same standings with the Reapers, and of course at worst now with 0 and 3 now on the same score with Aurora and Once Upon a Team. So that's sadly how it goes sometimes.
Yep.
And then, of course, we have the fourth and last game of the day soon for you guys, which is Dynasty versus Pertinax Esports. So be hyped for this last upcoming match. I don't think that Elite Series already announced when this match will be played, but I will probably think that it is around like 50 or something. Yeah, it's 21:50. So we will go into a short 15-minute break or something, maybe 14, maybe 13, and then you see us back with Dynasty. Maybe they will build up their Dynasty with the 3rd win in a row, or maybe Protinex will snack a 2nd win, because right now they sit with 1 and 1. So will be definitely an important match for both teams. We will see us after a short break. See you soon.